Good morning, sunshines. How are you? It is Vlogmas Day 2, and I haven't screwed this up yet. How exciting is that? I am in the car on my way to the airport to go to Chicago, and I'm super excited. I have only ever been to Chicago in winter, and that's how I like it because I don't see snow and cold, and I love walking outside in it, and I'm super excited to go. So yesterday there were some posts that made me think. Clusie was talking about, had posted on Insta stories about, do you enjoy Vlogmas content? And it made me start to think, well, wait a minute, is this supposed to be something other than me getting on and making a video every day? Is there, yeah, good weight loss surgery patient, what can I say? Is there a particular, are all these supposed to be about the holidays? Because if so, it's going to be a little dead. But I looked up some different ideas, and we'll have some holiday stuff. We'll have, so tonight, I believe is tonight the first night of Hanukkah, or is it officially tomorrow? Because I know it starts tonight, but is the first day of Hanukkah tomorrow? I don't know. I am going to be looking that up. So happy Hanukkah, a day early, or tonight, whichever is accurate. So I looked up different ideas of different things, and one of them was to do an introduction. I thought, you know what? It has been a hot ass minute since I've said anything other than my weight loss stuff. So I'll talk about that too, but I just thought I'd do like a quick Vlogmas intro to Liz version 2.0, 4.0. Oh wait, 5.0, because I'm 52. Anyway, so my name is Elizabeth. Here's an interesting or not so interesting fact. My parents were fanatic about me not having nicknames. So I was always Elizabeth, always. Until, well, I had one friend who used to call me Lizzie, who I met him when I was like in my early 20s, and he always called me Lizzie, but nobody else ever called me that. And it was not until the weight loss surgery community that I became Liz. And I think, I don't know if you guys, I can't even remember what his username was, but Bobby, VSG Bobby, who lives in New York. If you remember him, you may remember that he went on that Lauren Losing went on a date with him. That's probably how most of you remember him, if you remember him, because he's not around much anymore. But he was at the first conference I went, and he kept calling me LA Liz. And then I just started using Liz more. And it's so funny, and I'm going on and on about all the things. I was at a meeting at work, and now, you know, most of my friends who I met through the weight loss surgery community call me Liz. And like, it was a joke with my ex-boyfriend that Liz was my alter ego. And some friends call me Lizzie. And I like it, and it's so much easier at Starbucks. But it was funny, I was at a business meeting a couple of weeks ago, and I got there before my boss, and I had met the person once or twice, and he called me Liz, and I had no problem. And my boss was like, well, no, it's Elizabeth. And I'm like, no, it's really okay. And she's known me for like almost 10 years now. And she's like, well, I'd never heard anybody call you Liz. So anyway, you can call me Liz, you can call me Elizabeth, you can call me whatever you want. My nicknames when I was a kid were Lizard, Irving, and Kumquat, and Peanut. My grandfather always called me Peanut. So anyway, I am 52 years old. I will be 53 in March. I'm a Pisces. I like long walks on the beach. I'm being silly now. I am a nonprofit executive. I have worked primarily in fundraising and strategic planning and operations for a variety of nonprofits. Now I work for an entertainment industry-based nonprofit. I work from home, which is awesome. I live in Huntington Beach, which is awesome. I live about a mile and a quarter from the beach, and then there's I don't know if it's technically a nature preserve, but the Bolsa Chica wetlands are right behind my house. So I have lots of nature nearby me, which I love. LA is only about 30 miles from where I live. However, depending on the day and the time, it can take anywhere from 45 minutes to 3 hours to get there and get back. So I work from home predominantly, but I do a lot of meetings in LA. And a little bit of travel for work. I'm traveling to Chicago for work. We have an event Tuesday night in Chicago, so that's where I'm going. Plus I love Chicago, and also to see some of my weight loss surgery friends that I haven't seen in a while. What else? I have a 22-year-old son. I have, his dad passed away about 8 years ago. His dad was quite a bit older than me, and when I met him, he had 2 daughters who were, I believe, 5 and 7 when I met them. They are now in their 30s, my 2 stepdaughters, one of whom works with me and will be flying to Chicago with me today, so that's exciting. My son lived in New York for a little while. Now he is back in LA, which is exciting, and I'm saying a lot today too. He just got a new apartment in LA this weekend, so that's exciting. He is a musician like his dad, and he was on the radio, the USC radio this weekend, or on Friday, and it was so cool. He sounded so great, and the interview was so cute, and I love him, and he's adorable, and he's the best thing that I ever did. So in terms of, because this is a weight loss channel, in terms of my weight loss journey, I've been overweight my whole life. In my late 30s, early 40s, it got to a real breaking point. I considered weight loss surgery multiple times along the way, but honestly, I was terrified because after I became a mom, and I hear this from other people as well, I was terrified after I became a mom, and then particularly after my son's dad died, it's like, why can't I, the message in my head was, why can't I do this on my own? And what's wrong with me? Why would I risk my life to have a surgery that could kill me just because I can't stop eating? Well, we all know it's a lot more complicated than that. Sometimes I wish that I'd had the surgery earlier than I did. I was 40, I think I had just turned 48. Yeah, I had just turned 48 when I had surgery in April of 2014. I waited until my son was getting ready to leave for school for just a couple reasons. And, you know, there is I believe strongly in my own life and in watching so many people's journeys through this, that there is a real mental mindfuck component of weight loss surgery. And I had it, I experienced it, even though I didn't think I didn't, and I had it a little bit later after I got all haughty. I was like, oh, that's not going to happen to me because I'm older. It only happens because all these other people have surgery when they're much younger than I did. Yeah, wrong. I have a theory about when it happens. If anybody's interested, I'll tell you, but this is already going on and on and on and on and on. So I just preferred to wait until my son was ready to go. And I was worried, I mean, truly, honestly, I was like, what is my life going to be like after he leaves? And it's been so focused around him, and I'm going to turn into a crazy cat lady. And it's time I didn't even have a cat. Now, of course, obviously, Dale Cooper. But I was just really worried, and I pushed myself. And the weight loss surgery orientation I went to at Kaiser, I remember sitting in there and them saying, if you eat because you're not hungry, this surgery isn't going to work for you. And it pissed me off. I just remember how angry I was back then. Pissed me off because it's like, look around this room. Obviously, we're all eating because we're not hungry. Otherwise, we wouldn't be fat. I get it now. I get the point of that. I don't think that statement is true necessarily, that if you eat because you're not hungry, weight loss surgery isn't going to work for you. I think you have to work on your behaviors during that early honeymoon period of weight loss surgery, or else that will be true or could be true. But I get why he said it now. Anyway, I was really angry. That pissed me off. I wasn't going to do it. And then I went on a trip to North Carolina and Georgia, I'm from North Carolina. And I was so fat, and everything was so hard, and I was so miserable. And I was just like, yeah, I'm doing it. And so I came back and I started the class at Kaiser, and I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on April 14th, 2014. My weight, which was my highest weight when I started the program in January, was 402 pounds. So that's, we're edging up on 5 years post-op. The lowest I've gotten to was 198 pounds. Right now I'm around 230, which is pissing me off because I was down to 218, and then I ate carbs for 3 weeks. So yeah, gonna get that back on track because I really want to get plastics. I probably will be doing at least, well, only the stomach portion at Kaiser, and I have to be 210, whatever my BMI is at 210 is the BMI that they will get me in for a consult. So that's what I'm shooting for. I would really like to make that happen by my birthday, which is right at 3 months from now. I don't know if it's going to happen, but we'll see. So that's my weight loss story. I did weekly YouTube videos for fucking ever. And also took over a show that was started by Jennifer Bleacher and what was Lacey's YouTube? I don't know what I don't remember anybody's. So Lacey and Jennifer started, and Christina Guzman, I think, started a show called The Naked Truth. I took over that show for a while. It was a lot of fun. It was an interview show. I really do miss it. It was a big commitment of time. I may consider, I don't know, one video every day till Christmas is a big commitment to me. But I stopped making YouTube videos consistently about a year ago, mainly just because there was stuff going on in my personal life that I didn't feel comfortable sharing on here. And I mean, I've probably overshared on my YouTube channel for all the days, but there were things I didn't feel comfortable sharing, and it was really the basis of what was going on in my life and with my food and with my weight loss. And so I just sort of stopped, and then I didn't want to. Then I just didn't want to anymore. But it's fun to be back connecting with you guys. I have talked on obviously long enough for Vlogmas Day 2. Vlogmas Day 3, it's supposed to snow in Chicago tomorrow, so I'll be coming to you from there, hopefully with some snow. You guys have an awesome day.